Happy Sunday from Sickles Garage. How's it going out there? So I went to the swap meet this morning in Monticello, Iowa. It was a pretty decent one, but I did not buy anything. I was hoping to buy a few LS parts. I need a fuel tank. I need a radiator for the car, so I was looking at those. There was a bunch of stock car ones, but I wasn't going to buy one of those. What else? I saw a few things. I need a shifter also. So anyway, didn't buy anything. So I came home, I worked on the car. Pretty nice day out. I still got to get out there and mow the lawn. So let me run down what I did today. All right. I don't know if I told you this last week. I had to get the car up in there. There was a few things I wanted to get done. Let me grab my light here. All right. So we kind of left off with the battery back here, the battery box. That's all done as far as I can go for right now. I need to throw a battery in it. I do need to bring the fuel pump wire back here. I don't know if I'm going to tuck it in there or I might just bring it all the way around and put it down next to the sender right there. That might be the better spot. So what am I doing underneath the car? Let's see. There's a bolt right there. That's where I brought the ground wire through. I also brought 10 gauge ground wire over to the body. So that way it's there. I know a lot of people take it clear up to the front, to the motor. I hope that I'm not, screwing myself over and I'm going to have to do that. But there is a ground on the firewall back here. It goes ahead on the inside of that bolt. That's where the computer's at. So it does have good grounding. From the frame, I kind of brought it up here. It's kind of hard to see. You can see that wire down there going right underneath the motor mount. That's where I put the single lot cable. It goes from the engine block over. This little black wire coming down here is off the computer. So I don't think we'll have an issue. I don't think. So what else did I do today? I bolted the starter up. It was just in there. It wasn't tight. And then after I did, I realized I got to put the converter bolts in it. So it's going to have to come back off. Is what it is. Underneath. See if I can get the camera turned around and show you. Let's see here. So I have the transmission all hooked up. It's ready to go. Like I said, I got to get a shifter under it or in the car. I measured for the radiator today and the intercooler. I'm going to get those ordered. I believe for the fuel tank. So the fuel system is gonna be, I was gonna put a custom Rick's tank in it. I don't want to spend $2,000. I think I'm gonna keep it right at probably like 500 wheel horse, 550. So I should be able to run a Hellcat pump, and I'm just gonna throw a tank in it for now. And then if I have to modify it later on, I will do that. But I want to get the car running, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to order a tank for it this week and a 525 pump, and that should do most of that stuff. So for that ground cable, I'm going to show you something. I'll be right back. So I know there's a lot of young guys out there. I'm not that old, but I'm getting older. I've done this a lot too. So anyway, what I have here is a little piece of simple wire. And what you do, you have one of those bolts that are up inside the frame, really tough to get to. What I do, let me get this placed in here. So what I do is I will put that bolt down through the frame, and then I put this piece of wire. Basically what I do is I wrap it around 2 times and wrap it around on itself, and that way you can bend it any direction and it'll hold it up in there. But it's not on there so tight that you can't take it off. So you're not going to drop it in the frame. It stays on there, as you can see. But once you get that bolt threaded on there, I usually get it on there till the bolt's coming through, and then I just give it a little pull, and this will pop out of there. Maybe I can do it with one hand. See? It just pops out. So anytime you have those captured hidden bolts, just remember that. A couple times around that nut, and then tighten it down a little bit, get it on there so it's firm, and then you just pull this down and you pull it out of there. So anyway, that's my tech tip for the day. As you can see, I still have a lot of crap over here. Next week, I'm going to go through the inside. I'm going to get all that fuel tank stuff ordered this week, but I'm going to go through, clean up all this stuff inside. I still have a few wires to hook up over there, and I have like the tack wire and the radio wires. And then I got to run that fuel pump wire back. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, we're getting there. We're knocking a lot of this stuff out. I do need to get a throttle cable and stuff like that also, but I'm not worried about that stuff. I want to get the fuel system, the coolant, or the radiator and stuff, finish up this wiring, and then test the wiring as far as I can test it. And we'll order some injectors and then start hanging the turbo parts, and we'll be there. So I haven't been doing a lot of videotaping lately. Let me get this turned around. So I haven't been doing a lot of videotaping lately. I haven't been in the garage, honestly. We had a lot of sporting events and stuff like that. It's getting nice out. Gonna work on the house probably. So yeah, hopefully soon enough, I will get most of this stuff together. We'll push it outside. It still needs a drive shaft. I still got to measure for that. I'll show you what I'm doing with that because it might not work. It might not fit. There's some issues with the frame kit that I put underneath the car. With the 9-inch, with the 10 bolt, it would have been fine, but the pinion's offset. I may have to do some cutting under there and make a new cross member for the rear. It happens. So anyway, that's all I got really going on this week. Let me say what I always say. Have a great work week. I will see you later. Bye.